Buenos dias. Buenos dias, everybody. Son las 9. It's 9 o'clock. Grandfather clock's alerting us. Buenos dias. There he goes. Always early or late. I made him on time today. Bumped him up about 4 minutes. I want to say a special hello to a little friend of mine named Maurice, who is participating from Florida, and she made a sopapilla and shared that with me, and I loved it. Me encanta. I loved it. Good morning, Adonis, Alexa, Cheyenne, Dalen, Isabella, Jordan, Joseph, Callie, Keen, Sherrard. Buenos dias, everybody. Guess what we're celebrating today? 2 days late, but we are celebrating Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo. And we're going to play a little game called Mayonnaise Day. We're going to play a little game called Fact or Fiction. Okay, Fact or Fiction. So, I'm going to make some statements about Cinco de Mayo, and you're going to tell me whether it's fact or fiction. Okay, so here we go. Cinco de Mayo, fact or fiction? Cinco de Mayo is celebrating Mexico's independence. Fact or fiction? Okay? Give you a second to think about it. Is it Mexico's Independence Day? Woo woo, with fireworks and all that. All right. So, the truth about Cinco de Mayo is this is actually fiction. Fiction. It's not their Independence Day. Okay? We're going to talk about that in a minute. But what is Cinco de Mayo? What are they celebrating? All right. I'm going to show you a little picture. Okay? I've got a man holding a flag. It's got the colors green, white, and red on it. So that represents Mexico. All right. Then we got 4 men over here carrying other kind of flags. You see that? Those are flags belonging to another country. Anybody want to guess what country that is? The French flag. Yes. All right. So we have French men here, and we've got a Mexican here. And this is actually a true story. Okay. The French decided they wanted to take over Mexico. All right. The year was 1862. 50 years after Mexico got their independence, Mexico was a little in debt to France. So France said, hey, we're going to come take over territory because you guys owe us money. You can't pay us. We're going to take some of your land. And you guys can come or stay, whatever you want to do. I will post a video recording of this so you can watch it later. Okay. All right. So the French came, 8,000 soldiers. The Mexicans were surprised. They only had 2,000. So let's do the math. For every one Mexican, there were 4 French. So they were outnumbered 4-1. So if you're outnumbered 4-1, let's say you're just like walking down the street and 4 people come at you, right? And they're well armed. You're well armed. There are 4 of them, 1 of you. Do you think you're going to win? Heck no. No, you are going to be like grated cheese. You're going to die. You're going to die fast, right? Guess what? The Mexicans won. They beat the French. All right, they also had the help of 500 Texans to make up that 2,000. So it was 1,500 Mexicans, 500 Texans that blended with their army. So they're celebrating that. I'd celebrate that too. I'd celebrate that every day. So this is what Cinco de Mayo is celebrating, kicking the French out. All right, so Mexico's real Independence Day is September 16th, 1821. Okay, so that is the truth about Cinco de Mayo. Was celebrating beating the French, right? So fact or fiction, here's another one. All right, every year they elect a stray cat king and queen in these 4 major cities. How about that? stray cat, king and queen competition. Fact or fiction? What do you think? Fact or fiction? Anyway, I think I did a pretty good job with the artwork. All right, so this is in fact fiction. It's not true. What really happens is they elect a king and queen chihuahua. Isn't that cute? Yes, they have a king and queen chihuahua. Then they have a parade where they dress them up and they're like all the other chihuahuas in the parade too, but the king and queen right in the front. I love that. All right. So that was fact. That was not fact. That was a fiction about the king and queen stray cat. All right. So here we go. Next one's it fact or fiction? 81 million tacos are eaten on Cinco de Mayo. Fact or fiction? Sounds plausible. I like tacos. I'm not going to eat 81 million tacos, but I like tacos. All right, so that is in fact a fictitious fact. It's fiction. It's not real. So what instead are we having 81 million of? Avocados. Because we like to make guacamole and we love to eat our guacamole and we have to have many, many, many aguacates or avocados. And in Mexico, they call them aguacates. That's the Spanish word to make their guacamole. And you know, guacamole is the Spanish word. We don't have to change it. Guacamole is guacamole. All right. So last one. Okay. Fact or fiction. There's a big party in the USA. We all know that, right? We all celebrate Cinco de Mayo and all across the US. But which city has the biggest party? All right, we have 4 choices: Miami, New Orleans, El Paso, and Los Angeles. So fact or fiction, Miami has the biggest party. Yay, Miami on the beach. Woo, woo. Cinco de Mayo. What's happening? Is it fact or fiction? It's actually fiction. Fiction. The biggest party is in Los Angeles because there are lots of people in Los Angeles, more than in Miami, and many, many, many of them actually have come from Mexico, so they have their Mexican heritage, they're proud of it, so they have a big party in Los Angeles. So that is our lesson on Cinco de Mayo. Now you have some facts about Cinco de Mayo. Next time you go out to eat, your parents say, oh, we're celebrating Cinco de Mayo, Mexican independence. You say, oh no, that's not true. It's about kicking the French out of Mexico. Okay, so you have the facts. You can be the expert in the family. And glad you joined my webinar today, my live lesson. A special goodbye to Reese. Adios, Reese. Love ya and hope to see you soon.